Government is doing a lot towards supporting SMEs. Just the appointment of Anne at the presidency is a sign of how much this is being, how seriously this is being taken. Within the budget, I mean, my department is responsible for harnessing a bit of the SME support budget. So you will have seen some money that has been put for financing and supporting and providing credit to SMEs that is done through the Kenya industrial estates. And many of our large companies started off as incubatees of the Kenya industrial estate. So that support framework is actually able to nurture business.
It's a great pleasure to see you all this morning as we launch the KAM Manufacturing SME Hub. One of the key drivers of our economic growth is small and medium enterprises. As a country, we're increasingly experiencing the difference made by SMEs. According to the 2017 Kenya Economic Survey, Kenya's micro, small and medium enterprises contribute approximately 40% of the GDP, with the majority falling in the informal sector. While there are about 7.4 million MSMEs in Kenya, only 1.56 million are licensed, whereas 5.85 million SMEs are unlicensed. That's a staggering statistic. Additionally, a majority of the SMEs fall under the informal sector, sometimes referred to as Juakali, and are estimated to constitute 98% of businesses in Kenya, contributing to 30% of jobs and 3% of Kenya's GDP. So our mission at KAM is to support the development of inclusive, innovative, sustainable and competitive small and medium enterprise sector in Kenya and in the region. This is highlighted in our business plan and in our manufacturing priority agenda. So to effectively drive the growth of the manufacturing sector, KAM conducted comprehensive sector deep dives in 2018, which amongst other things identified the challenges affecting the SME sector in the country, including: number one, unfriendly policies and regulatory regimes are key hindrances to a conducive business environment. Additionally, as a country, it's about time that we promote the growth of SMEs by developing subcontracting policies that will see the country build strong linkages between large enterprises and SMEs, whilst governing contractual agreements between the two.
If you look at the why we don't even have our own dignity to make our own underwear. We are okay. We've said it's okay to have second-hand underwear. That's extremely low as a country. It should be illegal to sell second-hand underwear in Kenya. Why? Women, we get thrush because of the underwear that comes in second-hand. The fabric that comes in second-hand is not for our clients. You then wonder why our health issues. We need to ask ourselves, honestly, do we not love ourselves? If we make what is called a panty or a boxer, other parts of the world we call it underwear. It's $1 billion business. Are we incapable of making these? There are 500,000 houses, again, just to use that as an example, hopefully will be occupied by human beings. They will need underwear, they will need spoons, forks, plates, switches. Even if we're not going to do the bigger infrastructure of brick and mortar, why aren't we supporting manufacturing at this scale? Juakali is not because they're unstructured. Juakali is because it's a cottage industry that can and should be making this. I'm so happy to see our dear government in the house. When we talk about local content, it's okay. We don't have enough money to build the big stuff. But if we set up factories that make sockets, underwears, and even just take 10 SMEs per county, per month, per year, making these, we will not be talking about unemployment. We'll actually be willingly giving that government money back. We will not be talking about poverty.
My name is Diana Ochoa. I came here with my business partner, Carol. Please say hi.
Hi.
Now, our business is we manufacture oil. mafuta ya kujipaka, and we use shea butter organic. It was built out of passion and need. Carol suffered with adult acne, and I like sweet smelling scents. So I wanted to move from Victoria's Secret, Bath and Body Works, but I wanted something that was very healthy for my skin. Because if you don't know, it takes 30 seconds for whatever's in your skin to go into your body. So fast forward, I'm in my dad's kitchen, we're whipping up shea butter. We did that for I think almost a year. Yeah, thank God for my father because he was paying the electricity bills for me. Right now we moved to an SQ, still within his compound, but we now have a 20-liter cake machine. We used to use a small hand machine. So we're grappling with how to grow, and then KAM comes, you know, and then I'm in the office with Phyllis and Mbuta, like big supporters, and then they're like, join KAM, and then we're like, okay, fine, 10,000, okay, we can look for 10,000. Then they're like, business growth program, it's 140,000. I mean, you know how that's big money, especially if you are working on a working capital and you're doing production. But we were like, with Carol, you know what, we'll do an installment plan. Mbuta is like, let's do an installment plan for that. So we literally joined this year from February, and we'll be paying 20,000 per month. And I tell you, having come from a background of human resource management, we both left the corporate sector. She was in McKinsey, having worked for Microsoft. I was in HR, having worked for the UN. Full-time manufacturers, never done anything to do manufacturing, never handled a machine, and we're in this SQ. So joining KAM was such an eye-opener. I sit in class and I'm like, supply chain management. You know, and such big terminologies, and they talk about product line, depth and width, and it's been amazing.